Hello students, we are discussing the named reactions of aldehydes and ketones, and in this class we are going to discuss one more named reaction of aldehydes and ketones, that is a Perkin reaction. Perkin reaction, and this is the reaction which involves the reaction of an aromatic aldehyde with acid anhydride. Okay, see, we can write the Perkin reaction as the reaction of an aromatic aldehyde with the reaction of an aromatic aldehyde with an aliphatic acid anhydride in presence of sodium or potassium salt of the same acid. Correct? Sodium or potassium salt of the same acid to give an alpha beta unsaturated acid, and this reaction is known as a Perkin reaction. Correct? This is called what? Perkin reaction. The reaction of an aromatic aldehyde. For aromatic aldehyde, I am taking an example of C6H5CHO, benzaldehyde. Correct? The reaction of an aromatic aldehyde with an aliphatic acid anhydride. For that, I am taking CH3CO. This is an acid anhydride. The general formula for acid anhydrides is what? RC double bond O, O, C double bond O, R dash. Correct? And here, as they are asking aliphatic acid anhydride, these R and R dash should be aliphatic, means methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, pentyl, etc. And here I am taking this R and R dash both as the same, that is CH3 methyl. This is an example for aliphatic acid anhydride, and it is an acetic anhydride. Correct? When an aromatic aldehyde is treated with an aliphatic acid anhydride in presence of sodium or potassium salt of the same acid. Same acid means what? What acid anhydride we are using? That alkyl group, like CH3COONA. This is sodium acetate, which is a sodium salt of the same acetic anhydride. Correct? When it is heated, we will get an alpha beta unsaturated acid, C6H5 CH double bond CH COOH. Correct? Cinnamic acid. This is called cinnamic acid, along with the formation of acetic acid. This reaction is called what? Perkin reaction, and this is the best example for Perkin reaction. And coming to the mechanism, it involves the following steps. The reaction mechanism for Perkin reaction involves the following steps. Step number 1 is formation of carbon ion 1. Formation of carbon ion 1. Carbon ion means what? The carbon with a negative charge. Carbon ion 1 from anhydride. From anhydride under the influence of base, that is CH3COO minus. Correct? This is step 1 of the mechanism, that is the formation of carbon ion from the acid anhydride under the influence of base CH3COO minus, that is acetate ion. First we have to study how this acetate ion is forming, that is the base is forming. See, here we are using the sodium salt of an acid CH3COO Na. Correct? This will undergo a dissociation to form CH3COO minus plus Na. Correct? And this is what? Acetate ion, which will act as a base. Okay, and this base will now react with acid anhydride CH3 C double bond O O C double bond O CH3. Correct? And this will drag one of the protons from this methyl group CH3COOH, acetic acid, and CH2 minus C double bond O O C double bond O CH3. This is called carbon ion 1. Correct? Carbon ion 1. This is first step. See what happens in first step. First, this sodium salt of an acid undergoes a dissociation, self-dissociation, to form a base, that is acetate ion, and this base will now abstract a proton from the acid anhydride to form carbon ion. This is step number 1. Then second step is what? Attacking of carbon ion 1, that is this one, to the carbonyl group, carbonyl carbon of aromatic aldehyde to form an intermediate, which undergoes protonation, by acid and gives intermediate 2. Correct? This is the second step. See, this is aromatic aldehyde C6H5 C double bond O H, aromatic aldehyde, and in first step we have carbon ion 1, that is CH2 minus C double bond O O C double bond O CH3. This carbon ion will now add to the carbonyl group of aromatic aldehyde, and this bonded pair of electron will now move towards the oxygen, and here we will get an intermediate C6H5 C single bond O minus H, then CH2 CO O CO, or we can write like this only, C double bond O O C double bond O also CH3. Correct? And this will now react with a proton, and this negatively charged oxygen will drag this proton and forms C6H5 CHOH. Correct? CH2 C double bond O O C double bond O CH3. This is on intermediate 2. Correct? This is step 2 of the mechanism. And in the next step, that is in step number 3, what happens? Abstraction of proton. abstraction of proton from active methyl group by base from the intermediate 2, which is followed by the elimination of hydroxyl group and gives the intermediate 3, C6H5 CH. Here OH is there, and this CH2 I will write like this: CH and H. This is C double bond O, O, C double bond O, CH3, correct? And here what they are telling: abstraction of proton from the active methyl group. Here this methyl group is an active methyl group, and from this the proton is taking off by the base, that is acetate ion CH3COO minus. This CH3COO minus, that is acetate ion, is now abstracting this proton, and these bonded pairs of electrons are moving towards this carbon-carbon single bond, and as this carbon is getting 5 bonds, it becomes unstable and it leaves this bond, and here we will get a loss of hydroxyl group, that is minus OH. Here I will write C6H5 CH double bond CH, C double bond O, O, C double bond O, CH3, and here H2O is, sorry, not H2O, OH minus, okay, and along with this one acetic acid molecule is also going out, and this is called intermediate number 3, and the next step, that is the last step of this mechanism, is hydrolysis. What? Hydrolysis. And see here, this intermediate is formed now. This on hydrolysis will give the final products. See, hydrolysis of unsaturated mixed anhydride intermediate 3 gives alpha beta unsaturated acid. See, I will write C6H5, this one only, C6H5 CH double bond CH, C double bond O, O, C double bond O, CH3, okay. This when allowed to undergo hydrolysis, that is by adding water, we will get here I will write water, H2O as HOH. These bonds will break, this hydrogen will go with this one, forms C6H5 CH double bond CH COOH, C6H5 CH double bond CH COOH, correct? This is cinnamic acid plus this CH3 COOH, CH3COOH, correct? Acetic acid. This is the last step of this reaction mechanism, okay. This is all about the reaction mechanism for Perkin reaction, okay. Then take down one assignment question. Explain the mechanism of Perkin reaction with an example, correct? Explain the mechanism of Perkin reaction with an example.